I'm Danny Watson from Barstown, Kentucky, and you're watching The Tractor Show.
Welcome back to The Tractor Show. We had the opportunity to stop in Arthur, Illinois for their annual cheese festival, and we caught up with a really good tractor show there with the Antique Collectors Association.
That's right. There was 21 tractors in that show, and every tractor was a good tractor. And I don't know how you just sorted them out for quality, and they're just all nice tractors.
And a good variety of tractors, too.
That's right. I think it was pretty well represented. I think there was one there from about every brand that was on display.
It sure did seem like it. Levi Beachy from Arthur, Illinois, has a collection of Ferguson tractors. Here's our interview with him. Levi, you've got a good collection here of Fergusons and Massey Ferguson, too.
Yes, well, thank you. I personally enjoy these tractors a little better than the rest of them, of course, but I'll vouch for anybody that's got a good tractor.
Well, tell me about your background with Ferguson. I understand that you started working at the dealership when you were a teenager.
Yes, I was 15 years old when I started working for the local dealership, and at that time he was a Ferguson dealer. And during that time, the first 2 years that I worked for him, Massey Harris bought Ferguson, and then we became Massey Ferguson dealer. And the dealership is still located out here at the edge of town, going east on 133. But yeah, I had a good time there. I worked for 36 years in the service department, and as I mentioned earlier, I grew up on two tractors like these, and enjoyed driving them. And then after I retired, I needed something to do, so I thought, well, I'll work on old tractors. That's something I know how to do.
You bet.
So the first thing I did was look for tractors like I grew up on, this was my first one I got and got it all done. And then I think the 40 was about the fourth one I got that I bought, and finally found one and then bought it and rejuvenated it a little bit, and been having a lot of fun with it since. So.
Tell me about the Green Belly. There's not a lot of folks that'll see that Green Belly 35.
The Green Belly 35 was built, this is a 55 model, and they were built when they started building the Ferguson 35. They started making them green and gray. And then they were green and gray for several years until Massey Harris came along and made the transition to Massey Ferguson. And then they did have some production of the cream color like the 40 and the Green Belly. We had some of those, but not very many. And then when Massey took over, of course, the Ferguson came out as a Massey Ferguson 35. Same tractor, only had a little different hood styling. I'm sorry, the hood styling was the same, but it was painted red and gray. That was their hood. That was their color styling at the time. So these were in the 50s when they were built, and they came through as being green and gray. And then then the 40 came along. It was a little higher arch tractor, and but it's basically the same horsepower tractor, and just did a little more clearance for cultivating corn and so forth. And but they've both been good tractors. The Ferguson 40 in its early years had a little problem mechanically because of the torque change in the rear end with the taller wheels, but we finally got that corrected and put different bolts in the ring gear, I believe it was. Got it all corrected, and that took care of the problem.
Away we went.
So they're good to go. And,
was there one that you preferred working on, or was there a favorite that you had whenever you were working at the dealership?
Not necessarily. As I look back now, if I went back to the dealership today, I would like to work on the old one better than the new one, because the new ones have got more electronics and hydraulic systems that are completely different from what we used to have. So kind of wipes out the shade tree mechanic, of course, but that's all right. I still enjoy working on the old ones. So my preference today would have been the old tractors.
Besides these in the collection, you've got some more and a few on the wait list.
Yes, I have. I've got a 44 next to us here that is up and running, and it was a pile of rust when I bought it, but it looks pretty decent now, of course. And I got two Ferguson 30s and two Ferguson 20s. I've also got a Massey Ferguson 65 gas and a Super 90 diesel. And then I just acquired a 101 Senior Massey Harris about a year ago. Haven't touched it yet, but it's sitting in the shed ready for me to go. So.
Well, Levi, you've got a beautiful collection that's right here, and we appreciate you taking the time to catch up with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Levi Beachy is from Arthur, Illinois. He's our guest today on The Tractor Show. Well, one of the things we know people like to do with tractors, besides take them to a tractor show, is go on a tractor ride. And you and I have had plenty of experience with some different tractor rides in different parts of the country.
Yes, we have. We got our eye teeth cut on Max Armstrong's ride, and in the rain. That's all I remember.
You were in the rain, I wasn't.
That's true, but it was a fun time, and since then, why, we've been in several tractor rides, and everybody seems to enjoy them. They come back year after year.
What is it? Do you think it's the guys just don't want to show them? They want to use them?
Well, I expect that's it, and then too, you work all summer on the thing, and you kind of want to display what you've been working at, and maybe it's Dad's tractor or Grandpa's tractor, or maybe it's one that you just gathered up out of the salvage yard. But we're all human. We like to be noticed.
Well, they are a lot of fun, and one of the drives that we've had fun being able to catch up with is the Great Buckeye Tractor Cruise. ABN Radio in Ohio hosted the third Great Buckeye Tractor Cruise in July. With the theme Tractors at the Top of Ohio, over 50 drivers enjoyed the 35-mile route in the rolling hills of Logan County, with stops at the Gothic Pike Castles and Ohio Caverns. Drivers enjoyed the opportunity to share stories about their tractors.
We've got a whole bunch of tractors. This particular one wasn't one of our family tractors. I bought it on auction. Always wanted an MTA. We've got the letter edition as far as that goes, all of them. And this was the top of the line, and I guess we wanted it, so we bought it. And then we fixed it up, painted it, done the work to it. And I just wanted to take it out and stretch it out today a little bit, show it off.
My name's Rhonda Hagemeyer. I'm from Wapak. The tractor I was taking today was my grandpa's. He bought it in 1951. It's a 1950H. We restored it. It's been great. I like driving it just to be on it because I was raised on it as a kid, and we'd go out to the field and get the cows and bring them up to the barn and take a ride once in a while down the road and go get feed. And it's fun just having something that was Grandma and Grandpa's, and I enjoy riding it.
This is the third year for the Great Buckeye Tractor Cruise, with drivers' pledges benefiting a statewide charity. In the past 3 years, more than $15,000 has been collected.
This is Lindsay Mogg from Cosby, Missouri, and you're watching The Tractor Show.
Take my bones to Dunbar, Virginia.